All right, good morning everyone. So welcome back to Dunk's Code Tutorials. We're going to, as usual, this is episode 5 of analyzing together mastering synthetic index trading together. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. if you're new to this channel, please kindly head to subscribe and go to the charts. Of course, also say hi and where you're streaming from. Then we'll be able to give a shout out to you, and thank you for joining us still. All right, so let's jump into it. As usual, how we've been doing it, those who have been who are started with me from episode 1 all the way to 5 now, you know how we've been following it. So we're going to start as usual with Crush 500. So those who remember, we said this is what we saw from Crush. It's now getting to be an expanding rising wedge. It's getting to be an expanding rising wedge, so we continue with it. So like we said yesterday, it gave us a fake breakout there, gave us a fake breakout according to H4, and then later on went back into inside that expanding rising wedge. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at if there is any possibility that we are changing from what we earlier anticipated. I don't think so. So right, so H1 is like that. Let's see this. I have something like that there. But how does it look like in H4? So that's, in fact, that's how it should be, because the most of the wicks are touching there, meaning this, all these were fake breakouts. All these were fake breakouts there. So currently we can see prices zooming in, it's getting contracted. It's narrowing down every other time right now. Anytime from now we'll see a perfect breakout. Of course, as usual, we somehow wait for a retest as usual, and you can see yesterday the retest on H1 went back inside. Again, the second time it went back inside, it closed inside, so we never had an entry here. So probably today we may have an entry on H1 as long as the retest candle doesn't get back inside the rising wedge there. So we wait for it, probably by probably by 3 we could have a trade. We've waited for this trade for so long now. I happened to close my entries yesterday in profits, last night all in profits. Right now we'll wait for the clean breakout and the retest, and then have my entry. Alright, you can see the momentum of sellers is actually increasing as we speak, because this H4 candle is about to close. This H4 candle is about to close, and if it closes with this kind of momentum, you know what we'll be talking about. You know that I will be waiting for. This is what we'll be waiting for. Alright, so now let's wait and see. Let me jump now to Boom 1000. So if you're around, please say hi. We know where you're chatting from. You can just type probably Kampala, Uganda, or whichever city you're watching us from. Just type. Or if you don't say Uganda only, that is okay still, because we will be glad to have you here. All right, so Boom 1000. Boom 1000. We are still waiting for this move. It's currently moving currently moving as planned. Those who remember yesterday, this is a boom 1000. So we said we can't make entries for sales here, and from what we said that those who remember yesterday, the price was here, and we put our Fibonacci there. Those who remember, we put our fib here to understand where price may come back to. So we had that level there. So we are looking at price coming back to this level, and then giving us clean sales to this level, to this it's a weekly, it's a daily OB. So we are looking at coming back to retesting to that level. It's a pullback to that level, then come down to that OB of the daily. So until it reaches there, I have no entries unless I see something else in lower time frame, but I don't see. So I have to wait for it to give me something, that retest. Why do I want this retest? This would be a return to the break of structure. Those who remember, those who watched yesterday's episode, you know what we talked about. So a return to the break of structure, which is this level. If you're in daily, it can be a return to the neckline there. That's what we're looking at, and of course we broke structure there. That means we are making a new lower high there. So we are looking at the creation of a new lower high and then entering our sales properly to give us a new lower low, because it has finished making a new lower low. Just a minute, guys. Let me just pick this call and just get back to you. Sorry about guys, sorry about that, sorry. So I'm just let's get back to it. So I hope I'm audible and the music is not loud. If it is, then sorry about that. So right about now, whenever you make your comment, I'll be featuring it here on the screens. You'll be able to see it. So currently that's what is happening. So you'll be able to see it in the charts there. So for now, yes, okay, so everything will be seen here, but I don't want us to focus on it a lot, so I'll be looking at the charts mostly. So okay, so looking at where we are currently, like I've said, on Boom 1000, we're going to wait for it to get to that level, and then once it gets there, we will have a clean entry for the sales there to bring us down all the way below the year. So anyone who is interested in Boom 1000, we don't have any entry right now. Wait for some more time to get to the breaker block, or call it to make a new high, a lower high. Then we drive it all the way down to give us a new lower low. We don't know where that lower low will be, but we will still be knowing that we have points of interest here where it can make its lower low. We'll also have another point down below here, so all those will be put into consideration whenever we are driving it down below. Alright, now let's give out some shout outs. Hey Royce, hey Robert, thanks for being around. Oh, music in the background is a lot, so let me just take it down below like that. I hope now it's no longer loud, because I sometimes it helps to cover up the background noise, so that's why I use it. So I hope there it is fine for you guys. Alright, so now we will go to hey Felix, good morning to you too. So let's jump to volatility 10. So yesterday I happened to make an entry when before it actually broke out, before it broke out here. So right now you can see I'm in floating losses as usual. My big-headed is causing me trouble right now because I'm big-headed and my risk appetite is high. I failed to wait for that breakout. So those who have been with me since episode 1, you know what we've talked about, that our entry will be once price breaks up from that level. This was a breakout, but look at the retest, it came back inside. So this was never a breakout. So In fact, now we can actually put it just above there so that you be sure when you know, when to enter from. So from what I can see, and if this candle closes outside, then probably we may see sales, but sales, we don't see them in on daily, we don't see them on H4. H4 is oversold, daily is making a retest, it's making a retest. So that's the reason why I'm not seeing sales at all. So this will be just a manipulation to take our money, us who are early buyers, and then later on later on continue into the buy. So it will come, manipulate, and take the money, then later on get into the buy, because we don't see any signs of sales at all from this level. This was a retest, and I don't think that we have any more liquidity to grab down below, because this was taken out, this was taken out, this was taken out. Now this has been taken out. This order block, the liquidity on this order block has been taken out. So I don't know, I don't see any other liquidity that this asset will be looking for. So we just wait and see, is this really the one will be looking for this kind of liquidity, because this was the one which was never tapped. It was tapped actually, because this candle here came back to that order block. So I don't really see anything that it will be coming back for. So we wait. If it is manipulation, then we'll get to know that also. All right, so now I had said I will always put the names of the asset we are actually analyzing. So we are now heading to, I forgot, sorry about that, but now we are heading to volatility 75. So let's do that. V75, and that's what we're looking at currently. So V75, did you take me out? Not yet. So you can see how it's forming right here. So it hasn't taken me out. My two entries, one here, one there, they are still intact, and I haven't moved my stop losses at all, and I don't want to. It will have to take me out. It will have to take me out, and probably according to, yeah, it will have to take me out, and according to daily, I'm still good. So where we are, it's only that we have low momentum, but something is aligning up according to H4. According to H4, we sort of have a W. If I can change to line chart, you can see it. It's small, showing the low momentum, meaning we may see some consolidation happen before it can decide to get into the buys. So just wait for it, for it to be clear, and have your entries there. Don't be like me. Like I said, I'm big-headed. Always, as I told you, that entry would be there when price breaks that level, but I had to make my entries earlier, and then it came back for my stop losses, but it has failed so far. It hasn't reached them, so I'm still good in the trade there. All right, that is a V10. Any questions, please pop them out in the chats. I'll be able to respond to them. I will be able to respond to them. I hope I'm audible, and you guys are hearing me loud and clear, and we don't have any issues. we don't have any issues. We don't have any issues. How about that? I think that's now good. All right, so now I would want to go to another asset, and this will be volatility 50. Volatility 50. V50. So V50, we have what we've been waiting for, the breakout there. We've been waiting for that breakout, and currently the retest candle has happened there. So it's just 11, so I have no excuse to make my entries here. I've entered on H4. I've entered on H4, so you need to be cautious. And I'll put my stop losses just below that candle there, and I'll be looking at taking my profits just there. I'll be looking at taking my profits just there. Let me make it 40, so that I'm aiming at $40 there, and then I'll call it a day for me. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for. Breakout, retest candle there, and now get into buys. So now we'll look at that tomorrow, during the day, if it will hit us, take profit, or tomorrow. But what we are aiming at here is this order block. But don't be big-headed like me. When you see some momentum, some loss of momentum into the buys, you close your profits or keep trailing your SLs, because we may see it even react from that level there. We may see it react even from that level. So you may have some of your TPs here and some other TPs on that fair value gap there. So you have several there, so depending on what you want to do, it's upon you now. So but I would basically, this would be the one to be hit. This is the big-headed ones, who want a lot of money. That third TP level would be for the big-headed ones who want a lot of money. So we now delete that now that you know the targets we are aiming at on this asset here. If it comes back to our stop losses, then it is manipulating. It was just manipulating, coming back to remove the liquidity here, coming to remove the liquidity on that fair value gap. So that would be the manipulation there, then to drop down into sales. But we never know, so we wait and see. Since this is a break of structure there, we anticipate it to come always back to the breaker block, which is on this level here, which is this level here, which is that level there. So that's what we anticipate to come, at least reach that level, the breaker block, and then drop down. So until it fails to do that, we have no say right now. We have entered. Those who have entered with me, good luck. We are aiming at this as our TP level. And then the other one, it's 50-50, likely to reach it and then drop down. It may not reach it, it may come back, or it may return from this level. So be aware of that and don't fail to trail your stop losses. Don't fail to trail your stop losses. Really? Are you not seeing my cursor? Even now you're not seeing it because I can do what? I've just seen on my other screen it is happening properly. We are still live and clear. I don't have any issues. Probably it's network on your side when I was not on the charts, but here currently where we are, I'm on the charts. So this was V50. Now we are going to jump to jump 20, jump 25, jump 25, jump 25. All right, so jump 25 is what we have now, and those who started with me from all the way from episode 1, you know how we've been looking at it. Yesterday I made my entry when it entered back into the falling expanding wedge there. Right now I'm in some floating losses, but I've set my stop loss there. But from what I see here, according to H4, we have a clear double top, double bottom, but the previous candle was an engulfing one, engulfing 4 buy candles, previous buy candles. What does that mean? So according to M15, we somehow still have some more cells. Let me confirm that with Bollinger. Bollinger says no. It's actually supposed to be our entry there for the buys. Yeah. Now that H4 has started, I will make my other entry. Now I will put this other entry stop loss just below there. Yeah, if it comes it will take me out, and I will be okay with it because I've made my decision following that. But for you guys to enter, please, now entry is at that, it's at that level. Once it breaks that level there, that is our neckline there. Once it breaks that level, then we'll be looking at driving it to that level there, as usual how we do it. So until it does that, please don't make entries from where I've made my entries from, unless if you're big-headed like me. So, but please enter from the neckline there. Once it breaks out of the neckline, then you have your entries. But you can still wait for when this price goes above our 10 MA. I would allow that. When price goes above our 10 MA, I would advise also to use that. But clearly you can follow the entry in books on the neckline. wait for the neckline to be broken, then some retest probably on H1, and your entries will be risk free. All right, that is this is jump 25. Now we move to jump boom 500. We now move to boom 500. Any additions? Let me check if we have some comments here. What makes you make early entries always? Felix, like I told you, I'm this guy who always wants sniper entries. I always want sniper entries. So that's the reason why I always try to look for them. Like there, I'm anticipating a double bottom. I'm anticipating a double bottom on jump 25. So if I am anticipating something like that, then I quickly make my entries. Now here, the reason why I entered here, sometimes you need to know that sometimes these retests don't happen, like 5%, 10% chances, but 80-90% retest has always happened. So I was taking the 5% chance that it may not retest, but still I was looking at my lot size. It was, working for me. That's why you saw where I had put my stop loss long just below there. So the stop loss was working for me, but of course it later went against me, and right now I'm in floating losses, but I've made another entry. Probably this will be the sniper entry one, just because we've anticipated a double bottom. So that's the reason why, Felix. Nothing else. I'm not that greedy, but I'm always looking at having sniper entries. Yeah, that's my aim most of the times. All right, so now we head to boom 500. Boom 500. Boom 500. So boom 500, I think it's now coming to what we want. It's coming to what we want, but okay, let me check this. D1 is doing what? D1 is supposed to be selling, and we can see a long wick there, long wick on that level there, when it hit the TP level there, and then sales started. So like I said yesterday, until it breaks this level here, no. This one we have to wait. If it breaks and gives us a retest, then we have an entry. But if it breaks just like that and there's no retest, please don't enter it. I've seen tricks of boom 500, so you don't want to just go into it once it breaks. You just want a retest, a clean retest that will actually guarantee your safety. A retest that can guarantee your safety of your stop losses. So this one, until it breaks, then probably give me a retest. I would not make any entries at all. I will not make any mistakes. This one I don't do it the way I do these other jumps and volatilities. This one I try to be disciplined, because I know if I'm not disciplined with Boom 500, I've lost the account. I will be losing the account just in minutes. So this one, discipline is much needed. Discipline here is much needed. If you don't see what you want, please don't make any entries on Boom 500. Like I always tell you, this is a high volatility, a high leverage asset. It's high leveraged. When it is taking, it takes a lot. Yeah, so it's a high leverage asset, so you don't want to bring your the big head and what have you onto it, like how I've been doing the other side on these jumps and volatilities 75. This is a high leverage asset, so it can anytime just blow your account when you don't even think about it, when you're not anticipating it at all. So it's that's why we have to be disciplined. Whenever you're trading Boom 500, have that maximum discipline. And now, from what we see here, we are going to, this is simple. This is very simple now. This is what is happening. Get back there and and then give us probably an entry there. So that's the reason why I'm saying it looks to be simple now, what it is trying to do here. Just looking at the formation of these past two candles and even this third candle there, that's what I may anticipate. Bring me back there and probably make my entries there for the sales. All right, so I'm now heading to jump 10. So jump 10 is our last asset we normally analyze, and so here we are still on the right track. What is this, H1? No, into H4. So we are still on the right track. We said price cannot just react on this level. It hasn't even reached 50%. So we anticipated price to come back into the discount. The discount is here and here. We have two levels in the discount where price may actually react from. So that's what we'll be waiting for. If it does that, then we will have an entry. But if it fails, then here where it is, we have no entry at all. In fact, we may have entries for sales. Let's look at this together. First delete all these now so that we know what we want already. So I'm going to delete these arrows here so that our chart can be clean, and this one is no longer needed. We know we are anticipating to come to this level or that level. So according to H1, we have something of sort. Let's reanalyze it in H1 and see if we can grab some sales here. And if we have something of sort, and also that's a pennant for us there. And if it is a pennant, like I said, I normally want to enter quickly. I make my entry sell there, and I'll put my stop loss just above there. Yeah, now I'll be aiming at taking my TP there. That will be my TP. So if it comes down below here, if it breaks and comes down below, I'll be aiming at that. But the actual target is this move here. This would be the second TP. This would be the second TP to go for. And you can see it's coming where? It's coming into that that order block where we anticipate to make our buy entries from. Alright, so now that is clear, I would like to delete this fib and now wait for that. That's where we'll be waiting for, and probably make our buy entries from once it reaches that level. Alright, any questions so far from what we've seen? Any questions? Let me check on the charts here. I think we are good. Who else is here? I see Felix, I see Robert, I see Lois. I think they're the ones here. If probably there's another one, please let us know who you are and where you're watching us from, and then we'll be able to connect with you. All right, so this, I think that marks our end of analysis today, but as always we do some bit of recap from where we started from. We go to crash, and the candle closed outside, and currently we are having a retest. So at 3 we will confirm if we are going to make our sales or not. So at 3 this candle should be closing, the current H4 candle should be closing, and if it happens to close inside the rising wedge there, then we have no entry. But if it happens to close outside, no hesitation, just make your sell entries at 3 if it closes outside the rising wedge. Of course, you know where we are aiming at. Our target is there. That's where we're aiming at to take our target. That's where we are looking at. This is the level there. So this was the move that brought us into consolidation there, and it's the move that we're going to capitalize on to give us our TP there. So we'll be entering all the way here. Just delete this fib now, we don't need it. Just put it there so that you can keep seeing the candle there. So that was crash 500. Just remove jumper. That was crash 500. Now go to boom 1000. Boom 1000. You can see clearly this candle has closed. It was sort of a retest after breaking out of our MA. So currently, those who don't fear to make buy entries, you can make your buy entries to take you there. And you can see that it is supported by H4, by H1, and by M15. No, M15 is in a sell. So, but it is supported on H1 and H4. Whereas on D1 we are looking for sales. So like I said, this will be a retest to give us a lower high there. then later on we enter into sells. So those who don't fear the buys, you may have your entries there, because now the retest after the breakout on 10MA is completed and the buy is somehow on. It's somehow on, but I'm not making any entries. I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for the retest to reach there, and then I will make my sales down below. I will wait for it, but like I said, you can see the buys are happening there. They're happening there. It's getting to that level. All right, so that is boom 1000, and so V10 he wants to take my money, so I will just leave it to take it. So if it takes it, two things will be noticed here, that that liquidity will be left there. That liquidity will be left there. If it takes my stop losses here, higher chances are that that liquidity will be left there. But how? Yet when we are looking for buys even on a daily, so that is a question I still want to know. Okay, the weekly answers the question, because weekly we should be selling, so it's capitalizing on the momentum of the weekly time frame. So sellers are pushing the trend against these other time frames. They are pushing in a lot according to weekly. So wow. Okay, so now we know if it takes us out, then we will not have any entries at all, because where it is currently, it's getting to this order block here. This is a big order block here, so probably wants to react from this, then it goes back into the buys. We will see, but for now all I know is it's moving according to the weekly. All right, that was V101S. Now we go to V75. That is of course what we're still waiting for, still consolidating down below there, and my small entries on V50 still on. I entered a buy there, so we are waiting. Jump 50, I also entered another entry down below there, anticipating a double bottom down below there. Although we had that engulfing, so that's something to think about. That's why I told you guys, don't make your entries until you see a breakout on that level there. And then boom 500 until it makes a retest there. I have no entry for the sales. For the buys, I'm not thinking of buying it at all, because of the data, the previous data not being clear. Yeah, jump 10. I've made my entries just after seeing that pennant being formed, and of course we are capitalizing on it to break out and come to this order block, which is already in a discount level, so that we can have our buy entries from that level. So if it comes back here and it gives us a confirmation of the buys, then we'll enter our buys on that level, then we buy it, because the general trend is a buy according to weekly. According to weekly is actually a sell, but according to daily we should be looking for buys, meaning we'll be looking for buys. Wait a minute. Higher, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low on the support. So if it comes and fails to break this support, if it fails to break this support level to give us a new lower low then we'll be looking for the buys. That's it. That's when we'll be following the daily, but as of now we are following the weekly because it's a sell. According to the weekly, it's a sell all the way down below there, and of course according to daily we sort of have a buy, but we know that the buy is following the daily, but it will have to first come down below for the buy to be valid. Alright, so that's it for now. Let me wish you guys a good day, and probably see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we still have 2 more days so to analyze together. So let me wish you guys a good day, and see you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Have a nice day, guys.